Hello and thank you for joining Content on Now TV, the TV show that hosts authors from many countries trying to learn a bit more about their publishing journey. We are very, very happy to introduce and to have us in our studios also Tanya Mendoza. Hello, Tanya.
Well, the full name is Tatiana.
Tatiana, it's going to be official.
Yes.
Tatiana Mendoza.
Yes,
You
but
know-
I am Tanya.
You know, what would you prefer, Tanya or Tatiana? It's an interesting approach.
Either one.
Either
But
one.
Tanya is simpler.
Okay, let's go for simplicity.
Yeah.
There is one very unique picture that we had the opportunity to see. It's a picture of you and your beloved one,
Tatufinka?
Tatufinka, or for Israel, General Yitzhak Yaakov.
Ah, that's the Russian Nobility Association ball, January 25th. Every January 25th.
You seem so like taking out of the art gallery in Moscow. It's a
Well,
very...
it's St. Petersburg.
Okay.
Not Moscow.
Not Moscow.
No.
And what is happening right now? What is the most profound memory that you share?
Tatu has no beard.
One memory that you cherish the most?
My Tatufinka.
Yes, something about your Tatufinka, your beloved husband, Yitzhak Yaakov, which is one of the founders of the startup nation of Israel, that
Well-
you would like that people will know, but you know him personally as his wife.
Well, I tell you, my father, I told you the story, he didn't notice any of my husbands before.
Yes.
And I said to him, why are you so close to Yatza or Tatufinka? He's Jewish, and you're not a great lover of Jews. So he looks at me and he says, hey, you turkey. And I said, why, you stupid turkey? He is a general of a winning army. That's who he is.
But from your personal perspective, how did you, what was the engagement? What made you
I
fall
don't
in
know,
love?
a boom,
A boom.
a boom.
Let's see one more picture to see what caused this boom. Is this something that you could articulate with your words?
No, I couldn't. It just is.
It just is. You know,
He had the same boom I had,
the same boom.
the
And-
same moment.
You know, where was it?
Boom!
But where was it in the world?
In New York.
In New York. But you've been in New York and in many countries for many years, also as an ambassador of goodwill of the United States.
But when I was very young,
2 years ago, 3 years ago, or much more young.
when I was 19, 20, 21.
And this was sort of one of your secrets of get connected with people from variety of...
I was not aware of it.
It's a gift.
I was not aware of it. I just did what I did.
What was it that you were doing?
I was being me.
And that means that on behalf of the United States, you were visiting...
I never thought of it in behalf of United States.
But we're seeing these flags around you, and you had an official position, and you were meeting people.
I never connected it.
Okay.
To me, it was, I was given a trip to countries for nothing, and I've been treated like a queen. What the hell do I care? I didn't relate to the importance of the work. I didn't.
And the importance of the work was like connecting the dots between people.
I don't know if it connects or did not. With some people it connected very well, like Gandhi of India and...
The Dalai Lama,
yeah, Dalai Lama, sure. But otherwise...
presidents,
President,
ministers,
yes, yeah.
generals.
Yes.
And you know, in one of the last weeks in Israel, in what is called Musaf Haaretz, and because we are building a new website of Yitzhak Yatza Yaakov, I will be with your permission, would like to read in Hebrew one article, one piece of article.
No, I will forgive you.
Yes, but just for 10 seconds.
You can take 20 seconds.
Okay. There is an article that the header in Hebrew is כשדיין ניסה לגנוב מתקן גרעיני. עם זאת, בבוקר שלמחרת ולהפתעת המחבר והמאבטחים, חזר יצא, טטופינקה.
טטופינקה.
הפעם בליווי מסעית עמוסת חיילים חמושים, ודרש בתוקף לקבל לידיו את הפיקוד על המתחם. מתחם שהעיד על אף איומיו המפורשים של יצא, שלפיהם אם לא יתאפשר לו להיכנס, הוא יחזור מלווה בטנקים, tanks.
No kidding.
Yes, he was something about tanks, and he will forcefully enter into this מבנה המצודה בדרומה של תל אביב. The times were the times before the Six Wars, 50 years ago, and also in the New York Times there are many articles about the specific role of Yatza according to these books. The image of your boom, beloved husband, and this...
Not husband, lover.
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 And this general, as part of the founders of the Israeli security forces, how do you see the bridge in between these two images that were inside of Yatza? Your lover and the general.
I was surrounded at home and when I was little by military, the White Russian Army. My father is a military man. So for me this was completely normal. It would be much harder for me if he was a dentist or a doctor.
You know, you were talking about your childhood. That's something that you always were acquainted with, people from wars, from army. Have you ever personally killed a person?
Yep.
How old were you?
12 and a half.
12 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Oh, it was... I realized that I killed him only 30 years later. But we were walking from Nikolsburg, which is 70 kilometers from Vienna, because the Red Army was taking, and we are White Russians, so that's not a good idea in those days. And we are walking, and all of a sudden there are many military things that are in the bardak. Is this a good word?
Bardak, it goes for Hebrew also.
Yes.
Yes.
And these were Hungarians that had their guns, and with me, also coming from Nikolsburg, was a 2-year older girl. And all of a sudden he attacked her and started raping her.
Wow.
And she started crying, etc., and he hit her. And then he must have come because he had Adam's apple sticking out. And I, although they held me here, but they were having a good time watching him having good time. And I jumped at him and I bit into his Adam's apple.
Wow.
And I ran. And that's all I remember. She got from underneath him. 30 years later, I asked my doctor, Dr. Perlman, and I said, Doc, if you and I told him the story, and you go for the Adam's apple, he says, if it was in a hospital, he would be here alive. If there was no hospital near, he is dead now for 30 years.
Wow.
So I was very happy. I didn't see it as death. I saw it as
justice.
He was doing something that he was not supposed to do. And I stopped him.
So this is your feeling of justice, that it should have been done even though you were 12 years and...
12 and a half.
And a half.
Yeah.
And a half. Wow. And you know, we'll ask here our TV in the studio, because after this dramatic story, just to leave a place and a breathing for our next encounters in the studio in the coming weeks, to see a bit about you when you were a few days ago, to see some of the pictures of you when you were modeling.
That's nice.
That's nice, and that's you.
Yeah.
Did you love this career? We're asking us this.
I don't see it as a career.
Okay.
I saw it, well, here I am 16 or 15.
Those are amazing pictures. So,
Yeah.
what, you loved the camera and the camera loved you?
No, I don't. I just took whatever is.
Understood.
I didn't look at it as not liking or liking. I just...
This is amazing.
And I was already grown up here, at least 4 or 5 years old, and I was lecturing. I was a goodwill ambassador, and I was lecturing. And this is, I believe, in Israel.
When you were visiting once in a while, at least once a year.
Once a year.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. I came, after 1954, I came once a year to Jerusalem.
And once a year, because your roots are part of Israel, because of what?
Well, my childhood friend, Graf Grabe, who was the head of the Dabaga thing, I don't know how you call it in
the church in the old ancient city of Jerusalem.
Yes, but it's not really a church. It's for pilgrims. And it has 2 small, little, tiny places, and it has a place for a very nice choir. And in 1970, when my Graf Grabe was there and I came there, it was a mess. And the Israeli government wanted it to be removed. And I went, there was an Arab that was building things, and I said, how much would it cost to put it back in a living condition? And he says, probably $50,000, $60,000. So I said, so you got the deal. And I didn't know where I'm going to get it, but I got it. I don't think that far ahead.
Tanya Mendoza, I want to thank you very, very much.
For what?
For this encounter, for this interview in our TV studios.
Darling, I'll do anything for you.
Oh, thank you so much. So please, let's pick another date, a soon one. We are going to be meeting again with more pictures, more stories about you and about the beloved Tatuf. Yitzhak Yatza Yaakov.
My Tatufenka. He is my lover.
Exactly. Your lover. I want to thank you so much for joining us here in our TV studios. And if you have any more questions regarding Yitzhak Yatza Yaakov and regarding Tanya Mendoza, please don't hesitate. Tanya, so it's going to be more simple.
Yes.
Go to the website and go to the variety of the social networks and please give your feedback there. Thank you very much for joining Contento Now TV.